Oh, hi everyone. So I'm getting my body analyzed by Mr. Manda. Mr. Manda, please introduce yourself.
Hi guys, this is Coach Peter. I've actually doing a body analysis on him just to check on how the body is working. We are looking at the weight of the body, the fat outside which increase when you starve yourself without having a proper meal, and then we also have the calories. So the calories are energy that the body is using, and the energy which is remaining, which can actually increase the also the amount of toxins if not remains unused. So here we have this amount, which is showing 1,763. So this is what his body is able to use. And then the 7,376 is what the body is failing to use, which is just stagnant in the body. So this represents the low and poor digestion system. Okay, and then we also have his metabolism, which is working as the 33 years when is he actually 47. So it's good to have a metabolism that is lower, but the challenge that becomes when you have got also less lean muscle mass is that the heart will have the energy of someone who is 3 years old, but when the flesh is not enough, the heart will be hitting on the bones in the chest. So when the heart is hitting on the bones in the chest, it can easily swell. So this you will need to have a lot of proteins in order to increase the lean muscle so that the heart can have enough flesh to lean on when it is actually working like that. Then here we have also discovered that it's got low amount of water in the body. So the problem of him to resist water is not that he doesn't drink, it's because his height and the lean muscle that he's got, there is a difference. So when you are as tall as 1.8, you need to have at least the lean muscle according to the size of the bones. It was supposed to be showing here 80 or 75 minimum. And then it can go as much as 90 and beyond that. But now is at 59.1. So his lean muscle is quite too low. So meaning when you check on the flesh from here, it's too small. Yeah. So so this is where we are. So if you check my flesh here, I'm actually more lean than him. So what is happening when you are less lean? It's easy to fall into low BP because when the heart is sending blood, the veins here are more exposed and they're wider. And also because of that, it means that his heart is supposed to work more faster to manage to send enough blood in the veins. So if the heart tries to work normal, he's going to lose energy. So meaning he's going to feel drowsy. And then from feeling drowsy, he's going to lose also his own energy. So in order to prevent that problem of feeling ulunshengwa and the drowsiness and all that, and also to avoid sweating too much in the night, is by increasing the lean muscle, number one. Number two is by having healthy fibers. Apart from having healthy fibers, we are also looking at increasing the amount of proteins he needs to consume per day. Now, in order to also prevent his heart from swelling, because when the system is working like this, it's easy for the body now to start producing more acids to break down the sugars which are in the body, because the body now is more anxious for nutrients. So because of that, his system is going to develop more uric acid. So for us to dodge the part of having more uric acid, you need to take a lot of fibers. Okay, so among the fibers, we need to first remove the banana because the banana will also cause his constipation. And also we need to remove cabbage, rape, Chinese, those vegetables that contain a little bit of chemicals. Chemicals do not work well again with uric acid. That is also one thing that is going to cause him to have more carbon monoxide in the system, and that will deplete the oxygen from the system. So once you don't have the oxygen, the energy level will drop on the organs. So for him to recover from that, you need to drink a lot of water and avoid the energy drinks. I've not mentioned any, so I'm not going to be sued by any energy drink company. But I've just said the energy drinks that are available on the market have got too much uric acid, too much sugar, and those can easily affect the internal organs like the liver the kidney, even the heart itself. So at this point again, it's also going to need to avoid too much cooking oil, because too much of cooking oil, it's going to develop more cholesterol, because the body now is desperate to use anything that it eats because it wants to build. So when the body wants to build, it will accept anything. That's why even his metabolism is as faster as a young man who is like 3 years old. So it's like whatever you put in the body is receiving. So at this point, it's dangerous for him to have energy drinks. It's also dangerous for him to have too much of meat, because that can also lower his performance in terms of being as a man. So we men, we need to avoid such things in order for us to be real men. All right. So sometimes also it's important to be wary of what you put in, more especially like yogurt, chips. These things can easily affect the body from operating in a way it's supposed to work. So, in as much as we try to work on these things, you find that your health is start now improving. Now, again, looking at his body, his stomach is also showing us that it's weighing 31.8 kg, representing that his height and the weight of the stomach are not matching. So he's also going to start experiencing back pain. Apart from back pain, the knees are also going to be affected, because the weight of the stomach is actually too much for his height. So why is the stomach being like this? Because it's actually using less and keeping more. So when it is using less and keeping more, the problem which is there is that you eat 2 lumps, you lose a half lump, 1.5 remains today, tomorrow again 1.5 remains. So the body is accumulating. So the more it is accumulating, the more it's gonna be affecting your joints. So the joints that starts from the back, the knees, the toes, and now the energy of the body becomes compromised. So when the system is compromised, again, you don't feel so much healthy. The other issue that we have also discovered from the analysis is the difference in terms of the legs and the hands. So it's got the right part starting from the hand is quite too heavy than the other one, meaning that it's demanding more blood than the other part. And then we also have the leg, which is also demanding more blood than the other part. So when it comes to feeling numbness or pulled muscles, it's this part which is heavier than the other one, which is going to demand for more blood. But when there are more toxins, it's going to be affected. Again, when the blood is not moving well, it's the other part that is going to be freezed. So this is the part that can actually experience stroke. This is the part that can maybe not experience stroke if the body is working normal. So it's going to need to do more exercise. It's going to be on a protein diet, and it's going to be cut off from too much proteins. We're going to focus on too much fiber, too much proteins, and water and exercise. So that is what we are going to use as a formula for him to gain the health weight without gaining the fats. Because right now what we are trying to avoid is fat, and also trying to avoid the unnecessary cholesterol from circulating around the body just because he needs to gain. So it's not going to gain fats, it's going to gain lean muscle. So the next time when you see him, it's going to be a different person. Thank you.
Next time you see me, I'll be a different man.